Welcome back to GDT Tech Reviews. In this video we are going to do a detailed review and pick the top 5 best Realme phones 2021. So let us get started and the review based on our studies and small research. If you have any personal suggestion, do let us know in the comment section. If you are for the first time, don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell icon for more videos. We will be also providing affiliates link to purchase from Amazon. Kindly use to for best offers and purchase from anywhere in the world. So let's get started. The Xiaomi Poco F3 has got one of those faces. You swear you've seen it before, even if you know full well that this is the first time you've laid eyes on it. Those who keep an eye on parent company Xiaomi's skittish global release strategy will understand why that is. The Poco F3 is essentially a rebranded Redmi K40, and it also sports a nigh-on identical design to the Xiaomi Mi 11i. It's the same phone, partially reconfigured for different markets and price points. As you might suspect from such a one-size-fits-all approach, the F3 proves to be tidy, well-considered, impeccably well-built, and somewhat nondescript. It has Gorilla Glass 5 on the front and rear, so the phone feels fairly premium. You even get that super reflective, fingerprint-attracting finish that flagship manufacturers seem to love. But the F3's sides are pure plastic, albeit one that diffuses light in a vaguely metallic fashion. All that glass combines to create a phone that's hardly lightweight at 196 grams, though it's not excessively heavy. It helps that the phone is also quite skinny at just 7.8 mm thick. The Xiaomi 11T Pro isn't the most visually distinct smartphone in the world, but that's the company's T-line for you. It's a big phone, maybe too big for some people to comfortably use, as it was a stretch for us, and we've got fairly average-sized mitts, but that's because you've got so much screen space. On the right edge of the phone is a fingerprint scanner, which was just within reach for us but might be a struggle for some to hit. It's an impressively responsive scanner, and we never had trouble unlocking our phone just with a tap of our thumb. In fact, we sometimes found the sensor a little too sensitive. When we were holding the device in our hand while walking or on a run, even a slight brush of our thumb over the scanner would unlock the phone, meaning that we often unlocked the device when we didn't want to. We can't really mark a phone down for having a feature that's too good, but it's something worth noting. Just above the fingerprint scanner is the volume rocker. The handset has a USB-C port but no 3.5mm headphone jack, so fans of wired audio will need an adapter if they want to plug their cans in. A nice improvement over the Mi 10T Pro here is the camera bump on the back, which stuck out like a mountain range on the 2020 phone, but on the 11T Pro is much less imposing. The rear of the phone isn't without its issues though, as it's a fingerprint magnet. Holding and using the device for any length of time will turn the smooth plastic, which comes in a choice of white, blue, or gray, into a patchwork of smudges and marks. On paper, the Xiaomi 11T Pro's screen is arguably one of its biggest downgrades from the Mi 11. That's not to say it's bad, but the Mi 11's display was one of its key selling points, whereas it seems that Xiaomi is focusing on cameras for the 11T Pro. Redmi Note 10 Pro Mobile was launched on 4th of March 2021. The phone comes with a 6.67-inch touchscreen display. Redmi Note 10 Pro is powered by an octa-core Qualcomm Snapdragon 732G processor. It comes with 6 GB of RAM. The Redmi Note 10 Pro runs Android 11 and is powered by a 5050 mAh battery. The Redmi Note 10 Pro supports proprietary fast charging. As far as the cameras are concerned, the Redmi Note 10 Pro on the rear packs a quad camera setup featuring a 64-megapixel primary camera with an f/1.9 aperture and a pixel size of 0.7 micron, an 8-megapixel camera, a 5-megapixel camera, and a 2-megapixel camera. It is the first and only smartphone in the world to be powered by the Snapdragon 732G chipset. It might not be much better than something like the Snapdragon 730G, but it seems more responsive and smooth than anything else we've tested in this segment. This is partly due to the 120Hz display, which is still exclusive to Poco in this segment. Even the response rate has been bumped up, adding another layer of speed. Poco phones had been based on designs introduced by its cousins under the Redmi brand. The Poco X3 is a welcome departure from that trend, bringing a fresh design. The polycarbonate back has a thick etched strip running through the middle with large Poco branding towards the bottom, which shines in iridescent colors when light hits it. The cameras are located in a new circular island which has been cut from the top and bottom. Based on your tastes, it will either seem iconic or polarizing. I prefer my phones to look unique, so this design approach was right up my alley, though the logo could have been subtler. The flexible curved back and the grippy texture go a long way in improving how easy the phone is to wield. Though be warned, one-hand operations are going to strain your pinky finger. The Xiaomi Mi 11 isn't the company's largest flagship smartphone. The Mi 10T takes that crown, but it's still fairly large, with dimensions of 164.3 by 74.6 by 8.1 mm. At 196 grams, it's fairly lightweight for a phone of its size. The Mi 11 is long and thin as phones go. It's not quite a Sony Xperia phone in that regard. But it's not a million miles off. As such, despite its size, it's fairly comfortable to hold and use one-handed, though people with smaller digits may still find it a stretch to reach the upper part of the screen. At the bottom, the phone has a USB-C port. There's no 3.5mm headphone jack for wired audio fans, a power button and volume rocker on the right edge, and an IR blaster at the top. This latter tool is used to send out infrared signals, and finds most use with the Mi Remote app, which turns your smartphone into an ersatz TV, or AC, or smart box, remote. The Mi 11 has a glass front and back, and aluminum frame. The glass is called Gorilla Glass Victus, and the company that makes it, and most glass phone bodies, says it's extra protective. Since most glass phones can be fragile, this sturdiness is welcome, and the phone remained free from scratches and marks through our testing.